Hello, friends. Somebody sent me a message on Facebook and asked me a question that just gave me an idea for a video. Now, it's not going to fit in with everybody's situation, but I am going to go over it because if it can help somebody, then hey, let's do it. So, let's get started. So this question comes from Chris. Not me, but a man named Chris. And it gave me the perfect opportunity to add a video. But I want to make note that this is probably going to be a longer than usual video. So try to work with me a little bit. And you may have to turn your phone kind of wonky so you can see a little bit better. This YouTube format where we're in the landscape mode is going to make things a little difficult when I show you this video. First thing you want to do is open up your gallery. You'll see I have all of my videos right here on February 15th, and that's all you want to do. You want to make sure you have your videos. And I made an intro for this video up here, this 39-second intro. So I'm going to have that in my video as well. So all you're wanting to do is make sure your videos are there, kind of get an eye view of them, and also know the order that they're going to be in your gallery. Okay, so we know our videos are in place. So the app that I use is called InShot. Now, InShot is just one application. There are 100 applications to video edit. I'm going to assume, even though I have never used InShot or anything other than InShot, I'm going to assume that you're going to get a majority of the same features in every app. So I will kind of go over the features, but first I have to open up a video. So I want to create a new video. Obviously, I have my intro. And then I have my other intro, which is my intro for my videos. So I want to add that, but I'm not going to do that until later. It'll be a good teaching tool. So then I want to add in the video, the detailing video. And I want to try to add every aspect in order. So this first one is the intro. And then this is the car. And you'll see it. And then this is the start of it, and this is the finish up of the detail. And then we let it run. Now, before I get started on all of this, what I want to do is kind of point out some of the features, all of which that I use, and what they do. So the first one is Canvas. Now, this basically sets up your video format. For YouTube, we need this landscape format. Here, you're able to make TikTok, which will give you a blank screen above and below the video. You can go into Instagram and create the video that way, and that works in Facebook as well. So for this, because it's a YouTube video, we're going to choose YouTube. Obviously, you want to hit your double check mark because you want to apply this to all of the videos. Now, this next one is the music feature. Now, this is where you can do your voiceover recording. You can choose your effects here. These are just sounds and stuff. Or you can add music to your videos. My personal favorite is Ixon. So you can add one of his videos if you wanted, you know. Then the next one is your sticker. Now this one is pretty self-explanatory. This is also where you can add text. And you can add detail. Now I have had to use the detail function. What it basically is it pixelates everything. Does that make sense? But we don't want to do that. So we're just going to delete that, and move on. The next one is the text. You can add your text to the video. Pretty simple, self-explanatory. The next one is the filters. I do not use it, but you may have a video where you want to add some filters to it. All it really is you're adding effects. You can add a jump zoom. You can do things like that. Obviously, I don't want to do that. I do not use it very often. There's all kinds of things you can do with that particular option. The PHP, you can add a video to the screen. Let's add a video. That's what that does. You can add a video to the screen. It's very simple. You can remove the audio from it. You can let it run.
Sent me a message on Facebook and asked me a...
So that is how you would use PHP, is if you were adding a video or a photo to the screen. Okay, so the next one is pre-cut, but I do not use that one either. And the next one is split. Now let me show you what split is used for. This is what you would use to cut up the video. And what it does is creates a parameter so that if you need to delete something, you can. Now obviously I've got a lot of dead air time right there. So I'm going to hit split. Then I'm going to come back here and highlight that and delete that.
Hello, friends. Somebody sent me a message on Facebook and asked me a question that just gave me an idea for a video. Now, it's not going to fit in with everybody's situation, but I am going to go over it because if it can help somebody, then hey, let's do it. So, let's get started. First, I need a drink of my coffee.
Okay, so you see that there is going to be, once I hit split, there's 1.9 seconds. So that's 2 seconds of dead space that doesn't need to be there. So I hit the split button, allow that to highlight. And if it doesn't highlight, I highlight it. And then I hit delete and it's gone. That is really the goal. You want to take out as much dead space as you can, because in the end, that dead space is going to take up more time on your videos. The next one is the delete button. So, you know, you just saw me use it. It's pretty simple. Your background button, I don't use it very often. Now let's look at that. Okay, let's say we have this landscape mode, okay? So we picked our Instagram. Now we need to go to the background. Now it says black, it has a black background. Now we can do it this way, where it has this, or it blurs it out, but you're going to see it. You're going to see it. Or you can just go with nothing and then choose a background color. You can do something like that. I've done that on some of my other videos. I've just picked one of these gradient colors and let it ride like that. It just depends on your preference. I didn't personally like it, but I gave it a try, you know. Let's go back to Canvas because we want this in YouTube format. All right, so the next one is the speed button, and we're going to talk about that more. But what it does is it basically takes your clip and it speeds it up, when you are working on YouTube, you want to use anywhere from 3.0 to 4.0. If you go any faster than that, your video kind of warps and it's very difficult to see. But when you speed it up, it does take time off of the total video. Now I'm hoping that this will come up right here above my cursor. You will see that it took it from 13.4 seconds to 4.3 seconds if I sped it up to the 3.10. Okay, so you were able to shorten your video, speed it up, and it kind of goes along with your music and all. So we definitely don't want to speed up when we want to just look at the car, kind of take a look at how filthy it is, you know, that kind of stuff. The next one we're going to use, obviously we're not going to animate it. The next one I will use from time to time is the crop button and the volume button. When I am doing voiceovers, the volume button comes in very handy. I will always turn it down to 50% and then I will hit the denoise. Now there's also situations where I'm going to add music to my video and all you're going to see is me working. So I will extract the audio from the video. I'm not going to do that now, but I just wanted you to see some of the options with that. It's the same as what you would find in the music feature. I have only used the duplicate a few times. That is usually when I'm taking a snippet of the video and I split it and then I hit the duplicate button and I move the duplicate to the front of the video. And then I play my intro to the video. The next one is the rotate. Sometimes I get where I don't pay attention. So when I start my camera, what happens is I am looking at this shot that way. So once you pull it up, you can fix that just by rotating it. And it will be just fine. So if you run into that problem, these video editing apps do have ways for you to fix a lot of these problems. You just have to know. Now you obviously see the flip button. We can do it this way and make it look like you're on the passenger side or in the UK, whichever one. But obviously we want it to be left alone. Now this freeze button, this is taking a video capture literally within the app. So at the end of your video, you want to do before and after pictures, right? So you would take your freeze shot of that video and then move it because when you put your cursor down on the video clips, it's going to come up with these. All right? So you can take something and move it to the back of the video, the end of the video, or you can move it to the front, or you can move it around, whatever it is you want to do. So that's what the freeze function is for. I use it quite a bit for the before and afters. I do not take before and after pictures a lot of times. I'm just really bad about remembering to do so. So that is some of the features. And now what I want to do is kind of show you how you can use some of these. So obviously we do not need all of that drama. So we want to remove that. All right. So you want to just kind of, what I do is when I look at the car, I usually try to keep my camera there as I count to 5. That way, in my video, while I'm looking at it, I can, while it's running, 1, 2, 3. Then I stop it, and then I hit this split button because I don't need anything after that. All right, so now I've shortened that up to where it's just, in fact, look, it's only 3.8 seconds. Now you see this little dial here. I can take that down to 3 seconds. So if you look, and I can't tap on it, but if you look right there in the upper right hand corner of this little highlighted clip, it'll say 3.0. That's all I really need when you're looking at the car. 3 seconds is enough for the usual or the normal human mind to gather what you're doing and what they're looking at. Okay, so as you saw, this is not needed, and this is not needed. So I went in there, hit the split button, and removed it. All right, now this is all you really want to do is you want your viewers to get an idea of what the car looks like. They don't have to look at it for 10 seconds. So,
Hello, friends. Today's detail on this chilly day is a 2013 Chrysler 200.
now, as you see, I didn't do a voiceover. I just spoke into the camera while I was recording the condition of the car before I started. Typically, what I used to do, and I will still do from time to time, is I will go into the music feature and I will hit the record button and do a voiceover. And then just continue on editing the video. And what I will do with the video is extract all of the audio so you don't hear any of the background noise. If I'm doing a detail at the car lot, I'm right on the main road, and it has a ton of traffic on it all the time. We have emergency vehicles, we have loud big trucks, and so it just makes sense when I'm detailing at the lot to just remove all of the audio from the video and just voice over the video. So I will use the record option for that. But in this one,
This is from the car lot. We're just going to do a basic wipe down and clean it up. There's a few trouble spots. I may have to go a little farther than just a vacuum and wiping down. But in all, I think it's going to be a pretty easy job. It's pretty shiny. We'll have to dull that up a little. You know how it is, leather. If it's shiny.
okay, now watch this part right here.
It's leather. If it's shiny. It's not clean.
So we want to take out that dead area.
You know how it is, leather. If it's shiny.
So we stop the video right there. That's when we hit the split.
It's not clean. If it's shiny, it's not clean. We're gonna
See what I did there? I took 3 seconds out of that video and I allowed...
If it's shiny, it's not clean. We're gonna try to put this back in. We'll see if we can get her done. Don't know. We're gonna try, but
Your end goal is basically to cut out any dead space. You can see I was moving that camera swiftly to go from the front to the back. But I still wanted the message, which was if your leather is shining, it's not clean. So I was able to continue with the video just by taking out the dead space and allowing the whole thing to come together.
These back seats definitely need a little bit of attention, but hopefully the vacuum will handle it. If not, we'll try to spot clean it up a bit, make sure it's in good shape. I don't know how we manage that.
Okay, so that's another spot. I don't even know why I said that other than I was just being a smart aleck, but I want that in there because that's a visual effect of the detail. It shows that there's some nasty dirt or something on the seat, but you don't need to hear me say, I don't know how we manage that. So let's take that out.
I don't know how we manage shape. I don't.
Because you can, if you listen real close, you can hear when I'm about to say that.
I don't know how we manage that.
Okay, so I split it, so now I have my 3.9 seconds highlighted. So what I'll do is come over to the music section. And this, I can turn it down. So you removed the audio. The other thing we can do is shorten. There's no reason to have 3.9 seconds of that. So we can either split it or we can just shorten it up. Now those transition points is where these come in handy. The splits, that's where that comes in handy. And we don't need that 22 seconds. So, now I'm going to keep going.
Oh, the trunk looks really good. Take care of these little jams here.
Now that's where you can usually tell you're going to do a swift changeover from the trunk to somewhere on the passenger side.
Back up.
So, as you saw, now I'm going to start showing you the passenger side. But of course, my dog, who hangs out with me while I'm detailing, she decided to get all up in there. She thought we were going to go somewhere. Nope. So I had to tell her to back up. Well, obviously, that's not something the YouTube viewers care about. So you want to remove that. So you would split it and then highlight the part you want to remove, your transition from the trunk over to the passenger side, and removing what Bella being in the way, and we're going to delete it.
See, not too awful bad. Now that looks spray painted.
Now, this is going to go on for quite a while, so you'll see here in just a minute, I don't need all of that video to get the message across or for your viewers to see that that looks spray painted. So we want to remove that. So we'll go back.
Now that looks spray painted.
So where do you think we should stop it? Let's see.
Now that looks spray painted.
Looks like a good spot right there. Okay, so I took it right up to that split second where I'm going to start looking at the back part or the back seat of the passenger side. So I split it, come back and highlight, and delete it.
Looks spray painted.
Now,
So we'll
that's a good example of what I was talking about. We don't need 15 seconds of looking at a door panel. We don't need that. As video creators, we don't need it, and your YouTube viewers don't need it. So we just come back a little bit, split, highlight the part we want to remove, and that's 3.8 seconds that you don't need anymore, and it's not there.
Painted. Alright, so we'll see if we can't get this thing cleaned up. It'll be a short little job, nothing too fancy. Be a short little job, nothing too fancy.
And that's it. That's all you need. It's pretty simple. So now here is where I'm going to go.
So let's get started.
Okay, so now I am going to go from looking at the car part of the video to now setting up. Now this is where you do not have to create 15 different videos and put them all together. You don't have to do that. Just create one video. And if you mess up talking, if you're a slow talker, you can literally take words out and transition them together. And if you didn't notice any shift because you didn't move, you wouldn't even know that you had a split in that video. So I always tell people, just let the camera run. You can take all that junk out. Well, this is going to go on for a while. Okay, I'm getting ready. Gives you a chance to readjust the camera. And now I'm going to get started on the door panel. So I would hit split, highlight what I just went through that we do not need. It's all nothing but dead space. Remove it. Okay, so that would be a good place when I turned around to see the FedEx truck. That's a good place to stop. The only reason I say that, and I used to do it, I used to have in that video every single second of me cleaning a door panel or the driver's area or the center console, vacuuming the entire floor. Now, I don't need all of that. the viewers get bored with it. They know you're cleaning it. You just want to kind of show that you did go through the process. Really, that's all you're doing. If you're creating a cleaning type format like mine, my channel is about my growth as a detailer. I'm not exactly teaching people like I did in a video a couple weeks ago. I showed how I clean the door panel of a clean car. I didn't get into any major in-depth anything, but because it was clean, but I had to show every minute of the detail. That car was very, very clean. So I still needed to show that because I needed to show where that towel needed to go, what I needed to do on that door, what I needed to pay attention to. You know what I'm talking about? So here, I don't need all of that. So then we have me cleaning the door, quite a bit more of it that I don't need on the video. And then work your way over to the part where you're about to start another section. You split it and you delete that. This will help you in the end because you want to strive to get or to have a video that's 15 minutes or less. If you can get it down to 10 minutes, you're doing good. And that's probably more optimal. So let's go back and kind of let all of our edits run.
Now that looks spray painted. Alright, so we'll see if we can't get this thing cleaned up. It'll be a short little job, nothing too fancy. So, let's get started.
Okay, I'm going to stop this because there's 2 edits that I want to do to this particular section of the video. This is me starting and getting a certain way through the door panel detail. So, first of all, what I want to do is I want to remove the audio because this is where I want to start my music, okay? So I'm going to click on the music button and then I'm going to click on the video itself. Obviously you can see this dark highlight right there around this particular part of the video. So it's this little square here. That, when I hit the extract audio, that's going to take the audio out of that particular clip. Okay? We don't need it. So we're going to get rid of it. All right. So then I would want to add my music. I'm not going to add that because it's going to interfere with the mic. So I won't be adding that. But this gives you an idea of where you can go. You hit the music button. You can add whatever music you want. Just make sure when you click on it, make sure you copy the artist information because you're going to want that. Once you add in your music, okay, what you want to do is stop right where you're at and you want to make a note of that music, okay, because a lot of times your video is going to be longer than that music. So what I do is I close out InShot temporarily, and don't worry, it will save it. And I have a Samsung phone, so I go to Samsung and I open a new note. I go to the title and I make sure that I put what the title is, what is this music for, which video, and then I copy it on to that note. So then I go back to InShot and then I can continue on. Okay? So, now what I want to do, the second thing that I want to do is I want to change, after I extracted the audio and added my music, now I want to change the speed on this video. If you look in the top right corner of my highlighted section, it's 20.3 seconds. All right, we want to shrink that down. So with it being highlighted, if you're doing a YouTube video, what you want to do is shoot for 3 to 4 on your speed. I try to go about 3.5. So once you go 3.5, you apply that. Now you have taken your 20.3 seconds down to 5.6 seconds is what it looks like. That's such tiny writing. So remember, in this part, this is where everything is going to be under music. So once you have your music going, you can just continue to go through, choose what clips you're going to keep, cut out the ones you're not going to keep, speed them up after you extract the audio, and just continue on. If you're one who teaches in your videos, in those types of formats for your videos, all you can really do is just clean up what you said. So, say you said the F word. Okay, so you dropped the F-bomb while your video was running. Well, you can go in there and cut that out. What I just did, the you know, I'm really bad about that. I don't have my thoughts always written down or anything like that. So sometimes I jump back and forth. Well, this way I can clean that up. There's all kinds of things that you can do. You just have to know how to use it. It's very simple. And it's very easy to cut out some of that dead weight from your videos. Now, I want to show one last thing, and then I'm going to leave it at that. Here is the beginning of our video. Now, do you remember when I added all of these clips into my new video draft? I told you that I wanted my intro in there. But I always put my intro in after I said something or I showed something.
Hello, friend.
Okay, so I want to add my intro. Stop your cursor, and if you don't get it stopped, that's okay. You can slide it back and forth. So just have your cursor right here just before your split. Now these little round things, those are where your splits are. So come over here and hit the red plus button. And say we want to add this intro. I have 2 here to choose from, but let's just choose one. So what you did was you added your intro. So, it was that easy. Now, obviously, that intro, the video intro, and the intro to this video, they don't go together. But this was for example purposes, really. Just teaching you what I'm doing. So, let's try something else, okay? So, we want to change this up a little bit. So, let's change it up. Now, remember, if you hold your cursor down on it, we can take this, slide it to the front, and this we can remove.
Hello, friends. Today's detail on this chilly day is a 2013 Chrysler 200.
See how that went? Very simple, very easy to work with, and there you go. Okay, so say that you're editing your video and the time has come, you're going out to dinner with family or friends or something, or you got to go to the kids' football game or whatever, and you need to just save this and leave it where it was at. The best way to do that is to hit the button up here in the top left corner, and you want to draft, and it will save your video. So when you hit your video editor button right there, you will see your video, and it will bring it all right back up. And you can find where you left off just by letting it play. And also, just a quick tip, if you have to walk away from this and you save this and you came back to it and you hit play and watch the video up to a certain point that you know you left off, you might find things in there you want to do different, or you want to take something out, or you want to speed something up, or maybe you missed speeding something up. You can catch all of that when you come back to it and allow it to play. So, say we got this video all done, okay? So, you have your draft is saved, but you're done. You've watched it 4 or 5 times. So, I'll pick my little video here. If you got your video completely edited and ready to go, then what you would do is click the save. So everything's going to be set for you. Don't really have to worry about all of that. And then just hit save. Then you get to watch the ads, because I don't pay to have them removed. But on your applications, whichever application it is that you use, you can pay to have that logo removed. Me personally, I just do not make it a priority. Okay, so once it is saved, just hit the home button and you're good to go. The draft is saved and it's all there, but once you've saved it, it's going to be in your gallery. So see, there it is. I just saved it. Now this one doesn't have any sound, but you can see that it's saved. So there it is. I hope that helps you. And Mr. Chris, I hope that answers your question. It's not that complicated. Every app is going to be different. So I hope this video has helped you guys. I thank you for the idea. I've got 4 more to go. So we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Keep going. You're going to get through it. Peace.